What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cab Show. The NBA Finals is 1 week away. My prediction was completely off. I'm very upset that the Los Angeles Lakers did, in fact, get swept. LeBron James is still my greatest NBA basketball player of all time. Nothing can convince me differently. I just think looking at the Lakers and realizing, look, D'Angelo Russell was not the guy. And I understand after the game, LeBron hinted at retirement. I don't think LeBron James is going to retire. I think that was more of a ploy to say, hey, I want Kyrie to come to LA over the summer or else I really will retire. I think that's what LeBron is really pushing towards, is saying, hey, I need Kyrie. We already won a championship in 2016. I think that's what's going to happen. If the Lakers want to win and if LeBron wants to win his fifth NBA championship, he needs Kyrie in LA and keep Austin Reeves. That's what they're going to do. Anthony Davis, I'm still in the same situation. I think they should really get rid of him. I think Anthony Davis is really overrated. I would not put Anthony Davis even in my top 5 right now. I understand a lot of people are like, oh, he's scoring 30 a game, this and that. Dude, he got dominated. I mean, Jokic just manhandled him, treated him like a rag doll. It was embarrassing. And Anthony Davis always complaining a lot. And look, I understand LeBron James complains a lot as well. That's just the NBA now. I mean, it's just changed so much. It's gotten more soft over the years. But I just think IQ, everything, the total package, that's LeBron James. I mean, he had 30 in the first half against Denver, which is his career high ever in one half in a playoff game. 30 points. Okay, he had 40 and 10 boards, and they lost. Obviously, shout out to Jokic and the Nuggets. I mean, the Nuggets right now, they're looking like they're going to take over. I think they're probably ended up going to win. If they do end up playing Boston, I think they're going to win in 7 games. But this offseason is huge for the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James. You have to get Kyrie. You have to bring in another star. Anthony Davis is not the guy, dude. I'm sorry. Anybody that really says Anthony Davis is the guy, I don't know what you're watching, but Anthony Davis is just, to me, it's hard to watch. I mean, this year's definitely in this series against the Nuggets, he just wasn't all there. Like, his shot's ugly, dude. He's uncoordinated a little bit. And really, he needs to hit the weight room. He should have been hitting the weight room 2 years ago. A little 2 years too late right now. But for LeBron James, you have to have Kyrie. I don't think LeBron's going to retire from the NBA. Now, there is an outside chance, but if LeBron really does retire from the NBA is going to be totally different now. I mean, dude, LeBron James since 2003 playing in the NBA, majority of his life, dude, more than half of his life he spent in the NBA. That is crazy, dude. That is insane. Over 20 years. That is insane. So shout out to the GOAT, LeBron James. What's even more crazy is the Boston Celtics down 3-0 against the Miami Heat. No team has overcome a 3-0 deficit in the playoffs. They're 0-149. Can Boston make it that one team to do it? Right now, they've won 2 in a row. They won Game 4 on the road with Jason Tatum finally stepped up. 33 points, 11 boards, and 7 assists in Game 4. And then Game 5, Derek White coming off the bench with 24 points. Then Tatum had a double-double, 21 and 11. My thing is with Jason Tatum is he thinks he's like Kobe, dude. You are not Kobe Bryant, okay? Jason Tatum, now pump the brakes. Yes, he's a great player. He's an elite player, but he's not a Kobe Bryant, dude. He's not. Win a championship. Win multiple championships. Then we could talk about Jason Tatum being that guy. But right now, I think really who they go through is Jaylen Brown. 21 points in Game 5. They beat the Heat, really blew him out of the water. But I think the X factor for the Boston Celtics, if they want to come back in the series and win Game 6, go back home and win Game 7. The X factor is Marcus Smart. This guy does it all. Defensive-wise, he can steal the ball. He has great defense and really hit some big threes in Game 5 tonight, which was huge. So I think Marcus Smart, amazing. 23 points, had a lot of steals. He's their spark plug. He's that guy to really go the extra mile, kind of like a Draymond Green, but Marcus Smart is a lot better than Draymond Green is to the Warriors because Marcus Smart does it all, dude. He hustles. He can steal the ball on open court to just like pick your pocket with ease. Hit some big threes in this game. So I think the Boston Celtics right now realize, look, we have the Heat. If we play our best, we're going to beat the Heat in Game 6 and Game 7 and be the first team to come back 3-0 deficit in the playoffs ever, dude, and make NBA history and then go into Denver. I mean, that'll be great for the NBA, right? I really do. I think that matchup, they match up better. Obviously, if I'm the Denver Nuggets right now and Jokic, I'm thinking, dude, we want to see the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat is not as good as the Boston Celtics. They don't have as much bench as the Boston Celtics. You know, Derek White coming off the bench, dude, like, that's crazy. A game high 24. The team high 24 points. Shout out to Derek White, dude. I mean, great story. Got drafted by the San Antonio Spurs. Got traded in 2022 in February to Boston. And ever since then, he never looked back. So I like this kid, man. He can hit some big shots. But I think the Denver Nuggets, it is definitely a threat if they're going to play the Boston Celtics. I really think the Boston Celtics can get them. If I'm looking at both rosters, I'm saying Boston's just a little bit more talented-wise. But Jokic, I'm telling you, he's the X factor, obviously. Him and Murray. You know, Jokic and Murray, these two cats, if they're on the same page and playing great basketball, I think they could do it. I really do, but it's going to be interesting to see. But Game 6 on Saturday night in Miami, that's going to be legendary. But I'm looking at the Celtics right now, and I'm saying, look, make history here. Win each game. Every game is a Game 7, and then you go into Denver. I think it's awesome. I cannot wait. But obviously, if I'm still going to go Denver Nuggets. What I saw from Denver is just their whole complete package, their team. They don't have any inconsistent nights here, okay? Every game, Jamal Murray shows up. You know, their bench shows up. Jokic shows up. That's just what they do. And I just feel like, you know, people just don't really watch the Denver Nuggets, okay? They don't really pay attention. You know, earlier this year in the season, who watched the Denver Nuggets besides Denver Nugget fans? Nobody really watched the Nuggets. Let's be honest here. I probably saw 2 games all season with Jokic. In each game I saw Jokic play, it was kind of just like an average guy. You know, really, honestly, but that's the regular season, though. So the playoffs is just a different animal, you know, and Jokic is a different animal. So I'm leaning more towards Denver right now. But if Denver does play Boston, I think that series is going to go 7 games in the NBA Finals. That's going to be legendary. It reminds me of kind of like back in 2010 when Kobe beat the Boston Celtics in 7 games. When Ron Artest hit that big 3 where Kobe was getting double teamed. Yes, Kobe passed the ball. He passed it. Rest in peace to the legendary Black Mamba Kobe. He passed the ball to Ron Artest, and Ron Artest hit that dagger 3 to beat the Boston Celtics in Game 7. I think the Denver Nuggets versus the Boston Celtics would be kind of a similar series. That magnitude, just everything going involved, and I think it's going to go 7 games, and I think it's awesome, but I'm not going to count out the Miami Heat. I'm not going to count out Jimmy Butler because, honestly, the best player in the playoffs right now, yes, it's a debate between Jokic and Jimmy Butler, but overall, I'm gonna go Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's the closest thing to Kobe right now. You know, that guy, even though he had, 14 points in Game 5, you know, hey, everybody has a bad game, but Jimmy Butler, I bet you right now, Jimmy Butler in Game 6 will have 30-plus points. He will. He will have 30-plus, and he's going to be locked in. He realizes, look, I'm going to have my best game to maybe beat the Boston Celtics at my home gym. You know, that's the reality of Miami Heat. They're starting to realize, look, Boston's starting to catch this momentum. Boston's starting to hit more threes. And really, in Game 5, they hit so many threes. Dude, it's just like they're becoming like the Golden State Warriors in a way where they're just shooting up these crazy threes and hitting them. But a lot of them wasn't that crazy, right? A lot of them were open. Marcus Smart had like 3 wide open threes tonight, and it was just like going in every single time. That's why I think Marcus Smart is their most important player on Boston, you know, on both sides of the court. You know, I think in today's day and age in basketball, the modern day, is like, oh, how many points did you score? Everything is about getting buckets, scoring. You know, there's way more to basketball than just scoring, okay? We got defense. We have so many different things. We got passing, screens. There's just so much happening besides scoring. I think, you know, growing up in basketball, that's how it normally was how many points did you have? What did you do? You know, that's the thing. The thing is, did you win or lose? That's the more important thing than how many points you put up, how many buckets you got. You know, it's about winning. Hitting your free throws, doing the small things that add up to victory. That's what basketball's about. It's a team game. Okay, it's not just one guy. Like, people just get it so hyped up in the moment. Oh, how many are you going to drop tonight? 30 points, 40 points? What's it going to be? It's not about just scoring points, dude. It's about facilitating, hitting the open man when you're double team, kicking it out to the baseline for the open three. Doing the small IQ plays. That's why I say LeBron James is the GOAT, because he does those plays. He knows when the double team's coming, all right, I'm going to dish it off to the open guy, even though most of the times, or a lot of the times, the open guy doesn't always hit it for LeBron. That's just how it is. But for the Boston Celtics right now, they're on this wave, and they're going to continue to ride it. Obviously, they had to win Game 6. And for the Miami Heat, if they lose Game 6, the series over. You're not going to go back in Boston in Game 7 and beat Boston in Boston. That's just not going to happen. So the Miami Heat, Game 7 is on Saturday for them, because if not, it's over for the Miami Heat. What a year. An 8 seed coming, running this deep into the playoffs. That's crazy, dude. So shout out to Jimmy Butler, Spoelstra. Amazing coach. I just think overall, Boston Celtics right now, if I were to say they're going to win this series, they're going to be the first team to come back down 3-0 deficit in the playoffs. They're going to be the first team to do it, and that's the Boston Celtics. They have the talent, dude. Al Horford, the veteran he is, dude. The bench that they got, I think, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, those two guys, they're going to have to continue to ball out. I don't want to see Jason Tatum a bad game. Like, if you want to be like Kobe S, you're going to have to score you're going to have to, have great games. Jason Tatum, you're going to have to put up 25 plus a game, 10 plus boards a game, 5, 6 plus assists a game for Jason Tatum. There's just so much inconsistency with Jason Tatum. That's my only downside on Jason Tatum. Now for Jaylen Brown, I think for the Boston Celtics, go through Jaylen Brown more. I think Jaylen Brown needs to touch the ball more on certain possessions. I feel like he does it. But overall, for Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, dude, Boston, dude, they were just in the finals last year. You don't think they remember losing to Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors? They want revenge. They want to get this back right now. They know the taste of defeat. They know the taste of losses. That's what they do, and that's the pride of never giving up. So I want the Boston Celtics to win this series. I want the Boston Celtics to beat the Denver Nuggets in the NBA Finals. Now, do I think that's going to happen? It's a long shot. Just the way Denver's playing right now. It's just Jokic, dude. He's on another level, dude. You think Al Horford's going to lock Jokic up, dude? Like, no way. Jokic is going to get his. He's going to get 30. He's going to average a triple-double in the NBA Finals. He's going to average over 30 points a game. That's what Jokic does, dude. Jokic is the X factor for Denver. If Jokic is going to continue to play the way he's playing at an MVP-like level, they're going to win it, dude. They are going to win it, but I want to see the Boston Celtics win it, because what they went through last year, losing in the NBA Finals to starting off a little shaky, Boston finally getting a groove, finally coming into this series, and they lose the first 3 games. And then they say, don't let us win one, and they were right. I think the Boston Celtics got the series, even though they're down 3-2 right now, even though they were once down 3-0. In Game 4, in the second half, they hit the switch. Jason Tatum hit the switch, so I got to give Jason Tatum some credit, right? But Game 5, the whole atmosphere for the Boston Celtics, the energy for the Boston Celtics was way different than the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat just felt defeated. There's a lot of injuries on Miami, so I think Miami right now, they're like a gazelle out in the jungle, right? They're limping, and lions are chasing after them, dude. They're just a fresh meat meal right now. That's what they are. So I think, the Miami Heat, it's over for them. Even though they're up in this series, I think it's really over. Jimmy Butler's going to have an MVP-like performance in Game 6. Even if Jimmy Butler does put up 40-plus points, it still won't be enough. It really won't. So we're going, my prediction is we're going to see the Boston Celtics versus the Denver Nuggets in the NBA Finals this year. Even though I wanted to see the GOAT LeBron James finally do it, but, everything comes to an end at some point, right? But the Denver Nuggets versus the Boston Celtics are going to be in the finals, baby. I cannot wait. It's the Clown with Cam show. Let's go!